In TF2, every merc has their own personality, all having their own accents and quirks. But do you ever wonder, what is all similar in each of them? They're medic callouts. Today, I'll be ranking them based on volume, how loud are they? Desperation, do they sound hurt? Repetition, do they spammy?
Medic! Medic! Doc! Come on, man!
Volume, I'd rate a 7/10 because he's generally hearable from across the map. He is sort of annoying though. Constant spam of E. For desperation, I'd rate a 6/10 because he sounds more annoyed than hurt in my opinion. For repetition, I rate a 10/10 because the scouts are known for spamming E. Total, 23/30 on the annoying scale.
Medic! Medic! Medic!
For volume, I'd rate 8/10 because he's clearly hearable from mostly anywhere on the map. For desperation, I'd rate a 7/10 because he does sound hurt, but patriotically if that makes sense. For repetition, I'd rate a 4/10 because soldiers aren't known for spamming E, but if they did do it, it wouldn't sound too weird, I would think. Total, 19/30 on the annoying scale. For volume, I'd rate a 6/10 because he isn't that loud, but you could hear him if he was close enough to you. For desperation, I'd rate a 3/10 because to me, he doesn't sound hurt really at all. I don't know TBH. For repetition, I'd rate a 4/10 because pyros kinda don't spam me, and if they did, it wouldn't sound that weird. Total, 13/30 on the annoying scale.
Medic! Medic! Medic!
For volume, I'd rate a 10/10 because how can you not hear him? Lamel. For desperation, I'd rate a 9/10 because he genuinely sounds distressed and in pain. For repetition, I'd say 2/10 because some of his callouts are long and would overlap. Total, 21/30 on the annoying scale.
Medic! Medic! Doctor!
For volume, I'd rate a 10/10 because Hoovy is as loud as ever. For desperation, I'd rate a 6/10 because he doesn't sound that hurt, he just sounds like he wants to know where medic is. For repetition, it's a 4/10 because mainly he's trying to get a pocket medic. Not really that hurt. Total, 20/30 on the annoying scale.
Medic! Doc! Medic!
For volume, I'd rate a 5/10 for the same reasons as Pyro. He's not loud at all. For desperation, I'd rate a 6/10 because he doesn't sound extremely hurt, but more like a minor injury. For repetition, I'd say a 10th because I don't think I've ever heard an NG spammy in my whole TF2 life. Total, 12/30 on the annoying scale.
Doctor! Medic! Medic!
For volume, I'd rate 8/10 because he is considerably hearable from across a map. For desperation, I'd rate a 2/10 because he sounds more like he's calling for backup than being hurt. For repetition, I'd rate a 0/10 because medics don't spam me, they're really sick of it. I know from experience. Total, 10/30 on the annoying scale.
Medic! Medic!
For volume, I'd rate a 8/10 because he's hearable, which is weird for his character actually. For desperation, I'd rate a 3/10 because he doesn't sound hurt, just angry that medic isn't healing him. For repetition, I'd rate a 8/10 because his calls are short and spammable also experience. Total, 19/30 on the annoying scale.
Doctor! Doctor! Medic!
For volume, I'd rate a 5/10 because I never hear spy when he calls out, if he does. For desperation, I'd rate a 7/10 because he does kinda sound desperate and hurt. For repetition, I'd rate a 0/10 because spies are sneaky. They don't call out for medic. I've never heard a spy callout spam TBH. Total, 12/30 on the annoying scale.